What's up, y'all? It's Brandon from Flesh and Blood Brothers. Today I wanted to show you my updated Vynnset Iron Maiden list for Classic Constructed. The Heavy Hitters release celebrations going on right now in New Zealand, so I'm pretty hyped about all that going on. So I updated my list in anticipation of the Heavy Hitters meta, in a sense. So this is my updated Vynnset build. Rocking Crown of Providence for the armor and the hand filtering, Flail of Agony, Spring Tunic, Grasp of the Arknight for the extra armor for the hit effects, and you'll see how it pairs well with all the Runegate 2 attacks that are in the deck as well. Scepter of Pain, you can also go with the Grimoire here, and then the Spellbound Creepers. I can make a whole 2-hour video on Spellbound Creepers, and I really need to, but being a father of two in the winter, free time is at a premium. So, starting off with a card that's been gaining popularity on Discord and with Vynnset in general. Beseech the Demigon buffs any attack in your banish zone by +3, and it has go again. So, it's going to enable these Runegate attacks and attacks in your banish zone to kind of push through their hit effects, and if you have extra cards in your hand, buffs the attack. And what's really important is we want to play a lot of Shadow non-attacks for Vynnset's ability, because when you play a Shadow non-attack, you pay 1 health, and then the next Runechant is unpreventable. So all those cards that care about how many players have lost health this turn, playing a Shadow non-attack guarantees that that's going to get its maximum value. So with Beseech the Demigon, we're going to pair it with 3 Bounding Demigons. This is good because you can play it from your banish zone, and you can block, play Beseech, play Bounding, attack for 7 in an unpreventable Runechant. So that's kind of like the floor, of a 2-card play. Next up is Deathly Delight. We have 3 red and 3 blue. So it's a Runegate 2. So it's very easy to end your turn with a Runechant, and then start of your turn, create another Runechant. You're good to go. Also, if you banish this and you have 1 Runechant, you can pitch a blue to Grasp of the Arknight. And bada bing, bada boom, you turn that blue into your second Runechant, and you're good to fire this off if you don't have the Shadow non-attack pairing. But obviously, you're going to pay a health, and your opponent's going to guaranteed lose a health from the unpreventable Runechant. So at the end of the combat chain, you're going to gain 2 health back. So it's just a solid Runegate 2 attack that can kind of keep your health total high, because once you fall below 12 health in a Vynnset deck, you have to guaranteed banish one of the cards in your hand, so you're just going to be in a lot of trouble. You're going to get fatigued out, and you're going to have to be forced to block and not have a good turn to turn back the pressure to your opponent. As you see here, we have 9 Deathly Wails. This is kind of the engine oil of the deck, because it's a Runegate 3, so you have to have some patience to set up the first one. But you play your Shadow non-attack, you attack with Deathly Wail, you lost a health, they're going to lose a health from the unpreventable Runechant, and then now, whenever you close the combat chain, you're going to create 2 Runechants, so you end your turn with 2 Runechants, and at the beginning of your next turn, you create a Runechant from banishing a card from your hand. You're ready to chain together some Runegate 3s. So I would even hold one in your banish zone, take some Blood Debt, and then when you have a Runegate 3 and a Runegate 2 and a Source of Go again, which you'll see this deck has, you can do a Deathly Wail Runegate 3, close the chain, create your Runechants, and throw in a Deathly Delight, for example, and then gain that 2 health back, and you've attacked for 6 and 3 Runechants, and then 5 and 2 Runechants. So that's 16 total damage threatened. So very explosive plays enabled by Deathly Wail's Runechants when you close the combat chain. Going on to Envelop in Darkness, you got 3 red, 3 blue. Costs 1, but it creates a Runechant, and then the next rune gate gets +3. It has Go Again, so you have 2 Runechants when you start your turn and banish a card, and then now you're gonna have this in Arsenal. You're gonna pay 1 or use your Tunic resource. Tunic resource for Envelop in Darkness is a very, very solid play. Lots of good things happen. So it's a shadow, so you can pay the health to guarantee the damage. You get that extra Runechant you need to Rune Gate for 3 or 4, for example, and then you give it +3 all at the same time. So it's a very densely packed card. Very good synergy. I'd run 6 because it's a block 2, and I have other shadow block 2s as well. So I think this is a good, happy place for it. In the flex slot, take it or leave it. I kind of like the versatility. Funeral Moon, you can play it from your banish zone. If you've lost health this turn at any time, you can play it as an instant to create a Runechant. So if it's in your hand and you take a damage or 2 from like a Kodachi or something, you can just play this as an instant on your opponent's turn to create that extra Runechant to again take that leap to Rune Gate 3 or Rune Gate 4. When you have Runechants before your turn even starts, good things happen. So that's a good flexible card. Blocks for 3, so I have it at 2 here. Read the Runes is another engine oil type of card in this deck, creating 3 Runechant tokens. It's not at instant speed, so you either have to have just a turn where you're blocking and reading the runes. You can pair it with Spellbound Creepers to do some instant speed shenanigans. You can also create that Eloquence token from the Grimoire to create 3 Runechants and have the action point to Rune Gate 3 afterwards. Reduce the Runechant. I have 1 main board, 2 in the side of 3 total. So 99% of the time, you're going to hopefully end your turn with a Runechant. So on your opponent's turn when they're attacking you, you play it for free, block 4 in the reaction step, and create another Runechant. Again, the more Runechants you have before your turn begins, that's how you keep Vynnset rolling. That's how you not get stuck. Runeblood Incantation is another one of those smooth it out kind of cards. It's got Go Again. For 3 turns, you're going to remove a counter and get an extra Runechant at the beginning of your turn. So again, that makes it very, very easy to Rune Gate 2, even with no Runechants before you start the turn. Rune Gate 3, much more easily, and even save up for that Rune Gate 4 more easily. So very powerful card, and again, you can play it in instant speed with Spellbound Creepers to do some shenanigans. I'll have to make a whole other video on that. Shadow Puppetry, again, it's a shadow action, shadow non-attack action. So that's going to enable Vynnset's ability to pay 1 for the unpreventable Runechant. So you're going to be getting the maximum value out of Deathly Delight and Deathly Wail, cards of that nature. And it's going to give any attack +1 and Go Again. So even it enables even the Bounding Demigon. And you see we do have a Snatch here. So a Snatch for 5 with Go Again, hit, draw a card, and look at the top card of your deck and banish it. So Shadow Puppetry enables for a lot of good things to happen. So again, it checks all the boxes. It's shadow non-attack, gives it any attack +1 and Go Again, and you can get lucky and get that extra banish of like a Bounding Demigon to end the turn, something like that. I have 2 Sigil of Solace in here. Again, playing at armories, when you get to like 12 health and below, you just are really handicapped. So running the Deathly Delights and the Sigil of Solace is kind of pump up your health throughout the game because you're paying 1 to give 1 and getting a reward back. So having some buffer life in here to work with, and also ninjas getting popular again in a sense. So, gain 3 life is a good response to Kodachis. It's good against warriors. It's just generally pretty fine to gain 3 life at instant speed. And yeah, one of my spicy slots here, I got 2 Snatch because in armories, shadow non-attacks are a great arsenal target, but when you have them in your hand and not in your arsenal, Snatch is a perfect arsenal card. 1 for Shadow Puppetry. 2, if you have one of those turns we have to block with 3 cards, you have to save 1 to banish. So you block with 3 cards, banish a Rune Gate attack, and then you have an action point, but you can't Rune Gate. So just throw out a Snatch from your arsenal. 0 for 4. They have to respect it. They have to donate some cards or armor, or you just draw a card, and hopefully you draw that shadow non-attack action and arsenal that for your next turn, and you'll be ready to play that non-attack plus a Rune Gate and have a really effective turn. Tear Through the Portal. I'm going to make a video on this one. This allows for some nutty plays. Again, the power is a shadow non-attack action with Go Again, enabling Vynnset's ability. Any red action card in your banished zone gets Go Again. So you can even use this as an eloquence token in a way. Well, never mind. Read the Runes can't be played from the banished zone. But the point of this is you can Deathly Wail or Tear Through the Portal, give Deathly Wail Go Again, do the Deathly Wail, and then you swing your Flail of Agony afterwards without closing the combat chain. And that way you create 2 Runechants from Deathly Wail because you had the Shadow non-attack of Tear Through the Portal, and then hopefully they let this 1 hit, so you end your turn with 3 Runechants, so you're in great shape there. And you can also use Spellbound Creepers, so you can Rune Gate, and then Spellbound Creepers this at instant speed, get the action point back, Bounding Demigon, and then swing a Flail of Agony. So it can really allow for some nutty plays. You can do all that with pretty much no cards in your hand and a tunic resource. So that's pretty nutty. Vantom Wraith, 2 blue, 3 red, just 2 for 6, Rune Gate 2. Just bread and butter kind of card, not flashy, but gets the job done for sure. Widespread Ruin, Rune Gate 2 for 6. Makes both players banish the top card of your deck. So, you can get lucky and banish an Art of War or banish a power card from your opponent just for the lulz. And then for the Vynnset player, you can get lucky and banish a card that you would want to banish anyway. So you can kind of stockpile some Rune Gate attacks so you don't have that off turn and get stuck. I run 3 Chains of Methodus because this card is bonkers. So it's a shadow action which enables Vynnset's ability. You can play it from the banished zone, and with creepers you can play it at instant speed because this doesn't have Go Again. So you might not want to consume your whole action point doing this. But when you play from your banished zone for 2 turns, if they play Blood Rush, Bellow, Cash In, any of all that, they have to banish it, and they can play it from their banished zone, but they can't use it for resources. So Blood Rush Bellows players like to draw the cards and swing the claws, right? So this way, the 2 cards go to their banished zone, so they don't have the resources for their claws and the attacks. So it kind of stifles, 5 to 8 damage depending on what they had in stock for you. And Cash In is going to be super popular in heavy hitters with all the gold and the wagering going on. So, yeah, not bad. And even when they draw the card from the gold, they have to banish it instead of getting it for the resources. So, it's got some play. Hear me out. Then the final blue, Rune Gate 4, Widespread Annihilation. When you pair it, when you pair it with a shadow non-attack action, you're both going to lose health, and you're both going to have to banish a card from your hand, but you're going to empty your hand, and, and this will put some hand pressure on your opponent. I'm sorry. So in the sideboard here, you'll be surprised to find red Mauvrion Skies in the sideboard, but it's not a shadow non-attack, so it doesn't enable that Vynnset ability to guarantee that life loss for you and your opponent. But this definitely is going to be coming in against Dromai and probably Kasai with all those allies. So you can smack the ally, get go again. You create 3 Runechants from smacking the ally because that's going to hit. And bam, hit it with the Runegate 3. So that can chain together some nutty turns for you. 2 more reduced to Runechant for when you have to go up against those heavy hitters. 3 web spread destruction. It's a Runegate 3 for 6. Each hero that loses health banishes a card from their arsenal when the combat chain closes. So again, this is going to pair well with all our shadow non-attacks. This is going to come in against anybody who takes advantage of having that arsenal. So definitely Hunter and definitely Wizard, but it's pretty much going to come in a lot now because a lot of people are going to be using their arsenal to set up a big turn. So this can kind of stifle that momentum. Oblivion. I apologize. Oblivion's coming in when it's a little bit slower. You need 6 Runechants or more to summon Nazarath, but you can get lucky with some Deathly Wail, Flail, close the combat chain, get 3 Runechants, block, read the runes, and then bam, instant speed Oblivion. So it can happen. Especially good when you pair with the Vex and Quill hand. I'd say pretty much Vex and Quill hand and Oblivion need to go hand in hand. Carrion Husk, why not? It blocks 6. You lose out on your little Tunic resource plays, but if there's some popular heavy hitters, 6 block on demand is nice. Carapace, Temper 2, Arcane Barrier 2, just really good utility. Ebb and Fold for the Spell Void 2 against Wizard. And, but this is not going to beat out Crown of Providence unless you need it against Kano pretty much. But the banishing a shadow card to draw a card is kind of cool. But, yeah, again, Crown of Providence is just way better. Grimoire of the Haunt. Eloquence token is going to help you with Read the Runes and Funeral Moon, get some extra action points. Playing those at instant speed. So, that's good. And that winds it up. Honorable mention, Putrid Stirrings and Vantom Banshee. 3 for 7 just for some more break points. And 3 for 5. Blocks 3. It's a shadow non-attack. So enables insensibility. But you just need the blues and you need the cards in hand. So it's on the shelf right now. So hope you guys like this list. I think it's very synergistic. Again, all of our non-attacks are shadow, because we're going to enable that unpreventable damage. We're going to crush our opponent's life total. We're going to get our maximum value out of Deathly Delight and Deathly Wail, and Widespread Annihilation, Widespread Destruction, Widespread Ruin. We have all these nice effects that are maximized when yourself and your opponent lose health. And we have some life gain sprinkled in here with Deathly Delight and Sigil of Solace to keep your life total high and keep you in control of the game. So hope you enjoy this video. I'm very excited to get my hands on heavy hitters. I've already registered for my local pre-release event next weekend. So incredibly pumped to play and be a part of that. And just glad to be back on the horse of making content. I got sick. I was sick for like 2 weeks. I was down bad. Bad. Missed a lot of work. And again, yeah, I'm still lingering, coughing a little bit. So good to be back, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.